So yoga can be discussed in many ways. Some people think yoga is the physical poses that we do. Some people think it's the breathing exercises that we do. Some people think it's the beyond yoga when we go into meditation and samadhi, that is yoga. But the factual word yoga itself means joining the two together. So it means yoking or bringing something together. And in the philosophy of yoga, it's basically bringing your body and mind together. So you are moving away from the vrittis of the mind, or the how the mind goes in each direction and every direction. For small hints, we want to try and stop those movements of the mind to rest in our inner natural essential being. That's pretty much is the essence of the word yoga. And nidra, everyone knows, people who speak Hindi or come from Indian background, nidra literally means sleeping. So what is yoga nidra? Yoga nidra is yogis sleeping. So it's a quite a philosophical and spiritual term, in the sense that people who are yogis, they are equanimous or fully aware of what's happening with them when they are awake, or when they are dreaming, or when they are sleeping. So yoga nidra basically means a yogi sleep where you are fully aware of your body, your emotions, your thoughts, and you can see yourself lifting away from all those vrittis of the mind to see yourself as a witness who owns this body, who lives in this body. So I think this is where I go slightly more spiritual, but I want to come back to this body itself. That is the meaning of yoga nidra. Now, what is I rest? So I rest stands for, is a short for integrative restoration. It is a term given by a American psychologist who studied in yogic sciences, tantra, and various other forms of yoga related disciplines. Is a yoga teacher, taught for a number of years. Now he designed this last probably 10, 15 years ago, and then now he's teaching the Yoga Nidra. It's called Richard Miller. And he has been to India, lived in India in various places, and learned from a yoga guru, the Yoga Nidra, and then adapted it to the Western sciences. Like, he's a psychologist and a psychiatrist. I think probably psychologist, not the psychiatrist, clinical psychologist, yes. And he has adapted the Yoga Nidra discipline to fit the current generation of people with their current problems, which are more mental than physical. I think that's the brief introduction I wanted to give about iRest. You can read more about by Googling iRest Yoga Nidra. So don't just Google iRest, because there's a company that sells, I think, massage chairs called iRest. So you should search iRest Yoga Nidra, and then that will give you some links where you can read more about the Yoga Nidra. But in summary, I told you it's a yogi's sleep where you start to become aware of your body. Now, what do we do in Yoga Nidra? Hopefully it works. So Yoga Nidra, I think Shrikant just mentioned earlier that you did my Yoga Nidra class in one of the retreats I did in a few months ago, maybe during COVID. That Yoga Nidra was the traditional Yoga Nidra that is originally taught in Indian system, and I think it was from Bihar School of Yoga. There are quite a few teachers who have been teaching this, and Richard Miller actually took that and then made it into a protocol for healing mental diseases. A lot of people get a lot of benefits by doing Yoga Nidra spontaneously, as well as a regular practice, from trauma, PTSD, stress, depression. But more importantly, it starts to bring yourself closer to your real nature. So it's beneficial for everybody, but it is very beneficial for mental health. So we follow 10-step process in Yoga Nidra, and we go through these as we go through the practice. The first 3 steps are called Sankalpa. And Hindi speaking people would understand the word sankalpa itself. It basically means you're fixing your mind at something you want or desire something. And in not in any particular order, the three sankalpas in this 10-step process are intention, and that's basically intention for the practice, heartfelt desire or life's purpose, like what do you really want to get out of this life. um, I'll talk more about this in the next page. And inner resource. Inner resource is like your happy place, your sanctuary. No matter what happens in the world, if you go to that place, you think about that place or person or a memory, you instantly start to feel better. You start to feel the joy and happiness. The sadness remains, the challenge of life remains, the stress remains. But when you think about that situation or a person or a memory, you start to feel better already. So that is a memory that I asked you in the message earlier to think about it, and I'll talk again more in the next slide. Then we go, so after these first three steps, we establish these three steps, then we go into the koshas. And people who are familiar with yoga might have heard this, that our body is consisting of five koshas from gross to subtle. I'm showing here six koshas because Richard Miller has added one more kosha, which is always persistent, and I'll talk that as well. Annamaya kosha is your physical body. So how we present ourselves, how we present ourselves to the world, this body, and how we feel this body. So all the sensations that we get, when you touch something, you feel cold or hot or different sensation, when you get hurt, what kind of sensations you get. So all the sensations from this body, and this body is called Annamaya kosha. Then we go into the Pranamaya kosha. So this is a question. If not, please go in the mute. Thank you. Pranamaya kosha is the breath and the energy. So generally, we understand pran as as the breath. The breath is your pran, but is in the yogic philosophy, is breath. The pran is more than the breath. It's pretty much what drives your entire body. The energy in each of your cells is called pran. So when you are pranless, God forbid, everything stops, not just breathing. So pranamaya kosha is the energy that is in your body, driving you, running you from day to day, even when you are sleeping or when you are holding your breath. Then comes the manomaya kosha. So you see how we are going from gross to subtle and subtler bodies. Manomaya koshas are the feelings and emotions. Now in IRS, we make a distinction between sensation and feeling and emotion. So sensation is sensation of touch, taste, you can hear. Those are sensations that come through senses. But feelings and emotions are when you think about something and that comes along with an emotion. So you have, joy, sad, anger, all those emotions, and how do you feel in those emotions are combined in the Manomaya kosha. Next one is Vijnanamaya kosha. So Vijnanamaya kosha is thoughts and cognition. So your discernment, your vivek, your thought patterns. How do you see the world? What are the basic understanding that you have about the world, and how you think through situation. So those are all thoughts and cognition that sit in Vijnanamaya kosha. As we move through that layer, we start to come into the joy or equanimity or well-being. That's called Anandamaya kosha. So once you are free of the sensations, not the breath, but more of energy, feeling, emotions, and thoughts, you start to touch into the layer that is pure bliss, pure equanimity. You feel well, happy, joyful, not from emotions sense of view, because emotions are always dependent on something. Something gives you joy, something gives you anger, something gives you sadness. But in this anandamaya state, just sense of being itself is joyful. You are content. You don't need anything in the world, in the life. When you're in this state, you are just blissful. So that is that state of Anandamaya kosha. Then a new state is added, a kosha is added called Asmita Maya kosha. And Asmita in Sanskrit basically means the ego. So here it doesn't mean ego as we use the term in our language. It basically means your sense of identity. You are someone, you are in this body, you have a soul, you have energy, you have feelings, your emotions. So no matter how far you go along all these five koshas, you always have this sense of self. You're always someone. Now, how you define that someone is a different story, but you are someone. So that I-ness is called Asmita Maya Kosha. You always will be experiencing as a person I. That's your Asmita Maya Kosha. And the last stage in this Yoga Nidra is bringing it all together and accepting and being in the world as it is right now. I hope this made sense. It's a bit heavy to go through all this. Um, I'll maybe can take one or two questions if there are any before I move to the more and Sankalpa stage before we start the practice. Okay, 4 seconds of silence gone. All right. So let's go to the next stage. And this is where I would like you to start to think. I messaged as well, but this is probably a bit more information. Let's start from the last one, the inner resource that is always available to you. So in the mental health world, you have things and situations that give you stress, that give you problems or sadness, whatever you call it. So in Yoga Nidra, we try to create a happy memory or happy place or a sanctuary where you feel safe, where you feel that you have no worries of the world for that one moment when you are thinking about this or feeling the sensations of that memory, you are the happiest person. So maybe if you haven't thought yet, maybe think about a place, a person, maybe your child's face, maybe a place that you visited and you loved it, a situation or any other idea that you might have in your mind that makes you feel happy and safe. Safe to be in your own skin, safe to be where you are, how you are, maybe your blessings, what you have achieved in the life. Whatever gives you the sense of safety and happiness, think about that and maybe memorize that, remember that. We will use it in the session as we go along. The second I want to talk about is the heartfelt desire or life's purpose. Now, Buddha says that if you don't know what your life's purpose is, your life purpose is to find one. Now, I'm not going to that much spirituality or philosophy here, but some of the ways that you can find what you really want or desire, that's why you call it heartfelt desire as well, not just life's purpose, is to look at your patterns in your life about your ways of doing things. What is that you want to achieve and what is uh, your inner nature that you want to try to realize. For example, I want to become a CEO of a big corporation. So that is the external thing. But what will you get out of that aspiration if you achieve it? Some people want to help people. So what do you get out of helping people? So that is the uh, um, the desire of purpose I want you to think about and maybe make it into a present tense. Like, I am compassionate, I am happy, I am helpful, I am honest, right? I am truthful, and I support people unconditionally. Whatever your life's patterns are of your way you do things or handle people or handle things or look at life, and see what is the underlying feature that is again and again coming back into your life, recurring theme. Maybe that's what is your life's purpose, to be that person who has all these qualities, and through these qualities you achieve what you want physically in this life. So maybe think about that, and we will use that in the session today. Um, and the last one is the intention for this practice. So I know some people may have doubts about what I'm going to see in this practice or what it's going to be like. So the intention could be, I'll be open and curious, right? Second would be, okay, usually fall asleep the moment someone starts to talk to me, especially this time of the night. I might just fall asleep. Your intention could be, I will be awake and won't fall asleep, right? So anything that you want from this practice today, you can make this as your intention and think about the heartfelt desire or life's purpose. If you have one, great. If you don't have one, think of the past and see what is that you long for, and the inner resource, a sense or a feeling that makes you feel safe instantly, feel happy and joyful. So I think I have said enough. Time to practice. Anyone has any questions before we start? Okay. So I think there's some chat questions.
I think Rakhi ने अपना microphone on किया. Naresh, Rakhi, you have any question?
सॉरी सर,
Okay.
गलती से हो गया, सॉरी.
All good, all good. Now, just looking at the questions, but there's nothing as such that I need to answer, just about the recording. Okay, so you have two options. You can either sit in a comfortable position if you feel you will fall asleep. If you have a fear that you, at this time of the night, if you feel too relaxed, you'll fall asleep. And you don't want to fall asleep, you want to follow through the entire session, maybe sit in a comfortable position, and towards the end of the session, you can lie down and go to sleep if you want, or you can stay to finish the session. Or if you think you can listen into the entire session without falling asleep, you can lie down in the bed, make yourself completely comfortable. Put the pillows under your knees or support your lower back, support your neck so that you are fully comfortable. So seated, comfortable seating, or lying down where you are less likely to fall asleep. But if your intention is to get a good night's sleep, maybe that's the right thing to do. Choose the bed and lie down. But try to make that environment completely silent or disturbance free. See that nobody is going to disturb you. Okay, maybe talk to your family, kids, or partners to not disturb you for next 30 to 40 minutes. Any questions at this stage? I'll be turning off my video and maybe keep the phone on a speaker
Sir,
close to you or headphones.
sir, my this instrument was disconnected. I did not know why. So I did not hear the intervening instructions. So if you can give just an outline during this period, I will be obliged.
Sorry, I didn't really understand. You were also breaking.
मैं तो मेरा तो
आप
फोन ही कट गया. अपना फोन मेरा कट गया ऐसे ही. मैंने दो
अच्छा,
तीन बार पता नहीं क्यों नहीं रिकनेक्ट हो रहा था.
ओके.
उस उस समय में आपने जो भी बोला ना, वो
हाँ
मैं
जी.
मेरे से खो गया. तो
ओके.
पूरा जिसमें भी जो भी आउटलाइन होगी ना, तो थोड़ा थोड़ा आपका समय भी व्यर्थ ना होगा, और मतलब थोड़ा सा आप मुझे भी थोड़ा सा कम कंसेप्शन में आ जाएगा.
Okay, I think that's not a problem. You start the practice. I will be covering this again. So if you haven't heard the introduction session, that's okay. I will be talking that through briefly again. So you will catch that when I talk about that.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay.
धन्यवाद.
Rajesh, did you have a question? Your hand is up.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. I will not take any more questions now. Let's just make ourselves comfortable. Lie down or sit comfortably, and I'll start the practice now. Okay, the instructions will be in English. Please follow through. listening in. Okay. Begin your practice of eye rest in a comfortable position, arranging your body so that you feel completely supported for going into a deep state of rest and self-inquiry. Allow your legs to be apart if you're lying down, arms away from your body, and palms turned upwards with support under the back of your head so that your chin remains below the level of your forehead throughout your practice of mind to relax. Support your back by placing a blanket under your knees, and if helpful, place an eye bag over the eyes, or you can just close or turn off the lights. If you are seated, support your back. Sit cross-legged, your legs out in front, whichever is comfortable. Make sure you can stay in this pose without being distracted or feeling numbness or anything. However, at any point during the session as well, if you need to make yourself more comfortable, do so, but quickly so that it doesn't disturb the session for you. There will be quite a few pauses during the session. Take the time to follow through the last instruction when I'm pausing or stopping. From here, if you could be 5 or 10% more comfortable, make any adjustments now to bring ease and well-being throughout your body and mind. During eye rest, welcome every experience as a messenger that is inviting you to explore particular sensations, emotions, and thoughts, or the recognition of being a spacious awareness. Welcoming and responding to each messenger that arrives in your guest house of awareness with curiosity and openness. Now bring attention to your senses, allowing each perception to come to you. Sounds around and within your body, the touch of air on your skin, sensations where your body touches the surfaces that are providing support, sensations within your body. Sensing the vibrant aliveness of vital life force of the body just as it is. Now, consider your intention for your practice today. Perhaps to remain alert and attentive, or to inquire into a sensation, emotion, or belief that you wish to work with today, or to abide as joy, being, or awareness. Fully welcoming and affirming your intention for today's practice with your entire body and mind. Now consider your heart's deepest desire, wish, or mission in life. The feeling of life living through you as a deep longing. perhaps for health, healing, or awakening. A spontaneous desire that you wish to manifest more than anything else during your lifetime. Something that gives your life a sense of purpose and meaning. Affirming and experiencing the felt sense of your heartfelt desire as true in this moment. As you're ready, set your heartfelt desire aside, welcoming how it may affirm itself throughout your practice and in your daily life. Now bring your attention to your inner resource, resting back into the experiencing the felt sense of unchanging being or feeling of well-being in your body. A safe haven or refuge that helps you feel secure and at ease. Welcoming the felt sense of being and well-being as spacious, open, timeless, perfect, familiar, unchanging, yet fresh and always present. If helpful, invite in people or images, a wise man or woman, power animal, object or place in nature. Images that nourish feeling of being secure, peaceful and at ease, and the felt sense of being and well-being throughout your body. Know that you can return to your inner resource at any time, day or night, and throughout your practice of I-Rest. Whenever you feel the need to feel totally secure and at ease. Now we'll go through the Annamaya Kosha, or the physical body and sensations. Bring attention to sensations in your jaw, teeth, gums, mouth, tongue. Welcome sensations throughout the mouth without trying to relax or change anything. From inside the mouth, follow sensation into the inner canals of your left ear, inside the right ear. Sensations of both ears at the same time. Sense the cheeks, nose, sensation of the left eye, right eye, both eyes at the same time. The eyes as a unified field of radiant sensation. Welcome sensation in the forehead, scalp, crown of the head, back of the head, neck. Welcome sensation in your left shoulder, left upper arm and elbow, forearm and wrist, hand and fingers, the entire left hand, arm and shoulder as sensation. right shoulder, upper arm and elbow, forearm and wrist, right hand and fingers, the entire right hand, arm, and shoulder as sensation. Sense both hands, arms, and shoulders at the same time, completely absorbed in and as radiant sensation. Bring attention into the upper torso, front and back, mid-torso, front and back, lower torso, front and back, the entire torso, front and back, a field of radiant sensation. Bring attention into the pelvis and sacrum, left hip and thigh, knee, foreleg and calf, ankle, heel, foot and toes, the entire left foot, leg and hip as radiant sensation, right hip and thigh, knee, foreleg and calf, ankle, heel, foot and toes, the entire right leg as sensation, both legs at the same time as radiant sensation. Sense the entire body, a unified field of radiant sensation. Bring attention to the forehead, the touch of air on the forehead and sensations of coolness. Sensation of coolness on the forehead and the entire body at rest and at ease. Sense the natural weight of the left arm, the natural weight of the right arm, the natural weight of both arms, heavy and at ease, fully supported by the surfaces they are resting on, and the body at rest and at ease. Sense the left hand and fingers, warm and at ease. Right hand and fingers, warm and at ease. The natural weight of left leg, the natural weight of the right leg, both legs heavy, fully supported by the surfaces they are resting on, the entire body at rest and at ease. Sense the abdomen, the gentle rise and release of the abdomen as breath comes in and goes out. Heartbeat calm and regular. The entire body at rest and at ease. Welcoming all various sensations that are present throughout the body. Sensing and welcoming without thinking. Body at rest and at ease. Welcoming every experience that is present. And if helpful, interweave your inner resource of being and well-being throughout your body, feeling secure and at ease. Noting sensations that are present without thinking or judging. Sensations, thoughts, emotions, images coming and going. All movements unfolding within awareness. Feel back into being awareness, spacious, unchanging awareness, in which all of the changing perceptions are arising, unfolding, and passing away. Changing perceptions revealing unchanging awareness. Now be aware of the body breathing itself. Flows of sensation and energy as breath flows in and out of the body. Chest and belly gently rising and releasing with each breath. Welcome sensation throughout the entire left side of the body. From head to toes, front and back, deep inside and surface sensations. Welcome sensation throughout the entire right side of the body. From head to toes, front and back, deep inside and surface sensations. Now begin alternating sensation from one side of the body to the opposite side. At the top of each inhalation, while gently retaining the breath, shift the sensation across the midline into one nostril and the side of the body. Exhaling, sense this nostril and side of the body. At the top of inhalation, shift sensation across the middle into the opposite nostril and side of the body. Exhaling, sense this nostril and side of the body. Going back and forth at your own breathing speed from one side of the body to the other. Give time while holding the breath for sensation to move across the midline of the body, saturating the opposite side of the body while sensation before exhaling. Eyes soft and at ease. Taking your time, letting go of thinking. Welcoming sensation first in one nostril and the side of the body, then the other nostril and side of the body. Alert and attentive to flows of sensation and energy throughout each side. Now shift attention into both nostrils and the entire body. Welcome flows of sensation and energy coming and going throughout the body. the entire body at rest and at ease. And if helpful, interweave your inner resource of being and well-being throughout your body, feeling secure and at ease. Sense all that you are now aware of. Feel back into awareness itself. A spacious, unchanging awareness in which all of the changing sensations are arising and unfolding. Changing sensation revealing unchanging awareness. Bring attention to and welcome sensations of warmth or coolness, comfort or discomfort in the body, without thinking, just sensing. Bring attention to an emotion that is present in your body, or recall and welcome an emotion that you are working with in your life. If helpful, recall a memory that helps bring this emotion fully in your body, sensing the various sensations that arise with this emotion and how they act on your entire body and mind. And if no emotion is arising, simply be with what's most calling your attention. If an emotion is present, allow it to unfold fully into awareness, welcoming thoughts or images that arise with this emotion, without trying to alter your experience. Now, where in your physical body do you feel this emotion? Where is the center? Its periphery. Welcoming emotion as sensation, without trying to alter your experience. Now, if it's helpful, welcome the opposite of this emotion. Where in the body do you feel this opposite of emotion? If helpful, invite a memory that brings this opposite emotion fully into your body. Now move back and forth between these opposites of emotion, sensing and welcoming first one and then its opposite as sensation in the body. When it feels right, welcome both emotions at the same time, without going into thinking, just experiencing and welcoming how sensing opposites affects your mind and body. And if helpful, interweave your inner resource of being and well-being throughout your body, feeling secure and at ease. Sense all that is now arising in your awareness. Feel back into awareness itself. Sensing yourself as spacious, unchanging awareness in which all these changing perceptions are arising and unfolding. Sense the entire body as a field of radiant sensation. Welcome sensations of well-being, happiness, joy, or bliss that are present. Feel an inner smile radiating from your heart, expanding throughout the entire body. Every cell radiantly alive with feelings of joy and well-being. If helpful, recall an image of someone you love or who loves you, or a circumstance from your life that invites feelings of joy and well-being. Then give up the image and be totally absorbed with the feelings of joy and well-being throughout the body. Setting aside the thinking mind, welcome the felt sense of being and well-being, while noticing how being is arising in unchanging awareness. Now let go. Dissolve into being unchanging awareness. Unchanging awareness. Formless yet undeniable, in which all perceptions are unfolding and passing away. Now reflect back upon the journey you've just taken. Welcome the qualities that are or have been present. Feelings, emotions, thoughts, sensations, and unchanging awareness in which everything is arising, unfolding, and passing away. And be aware of your deepest heartfelt desire, welcoming it as an affirmation of your present reality, while noting an intention that supports living this heartfelt longing in your everyday life. Now imagine yourself going about your day while feeling your inner resource of unchanging being and well being, and yourself as unchanging awareness, in which all the changing activities of your life are unfolding. Emotions, thoughts, sensations, your personality, and this indescribable sense of being unchanging awareness. Sensing the paradox of being both spacious and vast as awareness without border or boundary, all the while being this personality that has location, center, and periphery, your body, mind, and personality, free to be just as they are. Sensing and affirming how in each moment you always know the exact perfect response to each situation that you encounter in life. Take your time now as you transition into waking life or going further into sleep. Grateful for taking this time for yourself and the practice of iris. The practice of iris is now complete. Stay in the restful pose or continue on for the good night's sleep. I'll disconnect the meeting now so you don't have to wake up or get up. And if you want to talk to me after this, I'll start the session again if you want to join in.